Patrick, we'll start right here in the second row.
Patrick Mahomes, Jose Villalba from Multimedios in Mexico. Can you talk a little bit about your relationship with Travis Kelce? You have a lot of success together. His playoff numbers are incredible. Your combination with him, with you see Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski. What do you think? You talk a little bit about where you guys are in history and what has meant for your development as a quarterback.
Yeah, it's been a great run, and I think it started. I mean, as the friends we became off the field, that we've become like brothers now. That relationship that we have is kind of translated on the field, and I know what he's thinking when he's out there. And he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest, tight end of all time. And so for me to just find ways to get into football, and the way that he works, to get himself better and better every year. I mean, it's a special player that hopefully we can keep going for a long time because I mean, he's a guy that you'll never have another player like him in your career.
We go first row.
Hey, Patrick. So last week you had mentioned that the ankle was preventing you from really stopping with some of the pain. Where are you at, and how close do you feel like you are to just doing everything that you'd be able to normally do with the injury?
Yeah, I don't think you'll know exactly until you get to game day. I'm definitely in a better spot. I mean, I definitely can move around better than I was moving last week or 2 weeks ago. And so it's just trying to continue to get the treatment and the rehab and get to as close as I can to 100%, and then rely on some adrenaline to let me do a little bit extra when I'm on the field. So it's gonna be definitely better, more mobile, be able to move around a little bit better for sure, and then we'll see on game day how close to 100% I can be.
We're gonna stay right here.
Hey Patrick, another question on Travis. Can you describe what kind of presence he has in the locker room? I mean, he seems like a vocal guy to us, but I just wonder if that's the case inside the locker room, and then also, what are the things that sort of prompt him to speak up, whether it's during the week, during the game, whatever it might be?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a vocal guy. I mean, he's one of the main leaders in this locker room. I mean, one of the core guys that's been here for longer than I've been here, the whole entire run of really Coach Reed's run on the Kansas City Chiefs. And so I think he can be vocal because he's the hardest working guy in the locker room as well. I mean, he's in the building, he's working his tail off, he's finishing every route, he's blocking, working on his blocking. I mean, there's times when he's not in, he's like walking to the side and he's like working on routes by himself. And I mean, whenever you have a guy that's one of the hardest working people, that's one of the greatest players of all time, then he is that vocal, he can be that vocal leader and everybody responds because they know he's doing it the right way.
Right here.
Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Patrick. What is the biggest challenge of facing this Eagles defense?
I mean, they're great everywhere, so it's hard to pick one. I mean, obviously, I'd probably say the defensive line just because, I mean, they're on a historic sack rate and the way they're able to get to the quarterback, and so everybody knows that everything starts up front, and so it'll be a great challenge for our offensive line to try to do what they can in the run game and the pass game of protecting and run blocking. But I mean, they got great DBs, they got great linebackers. And so when you have a great unit, it's about how can you execute and prevent negative plays. And they've done a great job, especially in the playoffs, of causing negative plays. And then turnovers are usually what win and lose a football game. And so for us, we understand it's going to be a great challenge through and through, but the defensive line is a special group. And so I'd probably say that.
Second row.
Hey Patrick, how you doing? NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is speaking today. I know you're the player union rep for the team. If there's anything you would like to see change the way the NFL operates, or anything you would suggest if you had a conversation with him, what would it be?
Man, anytime we can get more money to the players, I always like that. So I'd probably say that.
Over here. Hi, Tammy Sherwood, Channel 8 TV. A question that we're curious about is, we know that you do like commercials and other things with your teammates and coaches. So my question is, what are your favorite activities to do with your other teammates and coaches off the field, and how does that translate in your relationship on the field?
Yeah, so my favorite activity to do off the field with my teammates is golf. I like to golf in the off season. I don't golf during the season, but in the off season we like to get out there, and I've started to get more and more guys into it. And so it started off, I got Travis into it, and now I'm getting the offensive line into it. And it's not about how good you shoot. I think it's more about the camaraderie you have out there. You're out there for 3-4 hours at a time. If you're playing at a good speed and you're out and you hang out with the guys and you're competing, but at the same time you're just enjoying it. So I would say that's probably the main activity I do in the off season.
Patrick, good morning. Kyle Nash with the three-point conversion. Obviously, this game, first two black quarterbacks facing each other. What do you see in Jalen Hurts that reminds you of a young Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, well, I'm not that old, but
Younger.
yeah, I mean, I think the best thing about Jalen is the way he works, man. He goes to work every single day, and you can see it. He gets better and better every single year, and that's what we're all striving to do is get better and better. And I'm better than I was when I was at that point in my career, and you continue to work and you continue to put in that leadership role that he has, and you can see how the guys follow him, man. They follow him, and they'll do whatever they can to help that guy succeed. And so it'll be a great game, man. And obviously he can do all the physical stuff. He can run, he can throw, and do all that different type of stuff. But the work ethic is what will get you through, and I think that he's at the top tier of that.
Thank you, Patrick. Hey, I'm in my 40s, so you're both doing it.
Patrick, hi, good morning. Patrick, hi, good morning. Federico Olvera here from También, Mexico City. Hello again. Patrick, so far in your career, what has been one of your plays that you have liked the most? And the second one, what is your favorite play in the history of the National Football League?
I would say my favorite play in the history of the National Football League. I would probably say the Franco Harris play. I was watching it obviously this last year and him passing away, and how special that moment was. You get a better perspective when you realize what the scenario was, and obviously I didn't see it, and I wasn't allowed to see it. But I saw you see highlights of it. You're like, oh, what a sweet play! But this last year, seeing the significance of it and what part of the game it was, and how it took them on to that great run that they had in the Steelers organization, I said that's probably it's one of the greatest plays in the history of football. And then my favorite play. It's got to be Wallace, man. They helped us win the Super Bowl, so I would say that's probably my favorite play in my career.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I can't believe you got me there.